and get them rolling as well. What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Yes, of course. Any kind of political facts that's related, that's not opinionated, and that's related to the market, absolutely. What I mean is like, oh, Biden sucks or Trump sucks or all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to hear that. So, just because it is a politically charged week with everyone talking about Russia. So, anyway, let's take a look here. All right, there's the market open to be expected. Everything is bright red and heavy red. Market right now, QQQ down 1.9. Futures are down 1.54. And there's some red candles, 143, 431.35. VIX 33.31. Let's see where this candle starts to break. All right, man. Apple's got a little bottom wick. Microsoft, look at that huge smoke show. Absolute relentless red candles across the board. Let's take a look here. Financial sector is the only one that's a big green on financials. Bonds right now are spiking 144.35 and up. Futures, big red. SPY, nice red, healthy red candle here. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to switch over to my tri charts here. I'm going to bring SPY up top, NASDAQ in the middle, and futures on the, or VIX on the bottom. All right, little gray or red on the VIX here, then pop back up. Little bottom wick on these candles so far. All right, just clicking through here. Mute that. What's up, YouTube? All right. Can we get the TV link for today? Yeah, but there's nothing different on it. I haven't updated the SR levels, so yeah, you're welcome to it, though. Let's see. Bam. Oh. Not that one. Bam. This one here. Let's go here. Stand by. I did the wrong chart. The wrong chart. NASDAQ, and then the volatility at the bottom. Just bear with me a second. Let me get this going. All right, there's a link. Good to go. Got 120% off your straddle. Nice. Yeah, because the premiums are getting jacked up IV. And the best case scenario for a straddle is a big downside move like this. So if you took a straddle, well done. Well done. Because you got the IV just massively shooting up here because of this big downside move. You've got, obviously, the puts have outpaced the calls greatly. So, yeah, perfect conditions for a straddle is what happened this morning. Everything, all the premiums right now are absolutely crazy. All the premiums are absolutely crazy. A 0 DTE at the money put right now is 30 bucks. 30 bucks. That's for futures, though. For SPX, right about the same. 29 right now. $4,300. Switch over to my brokerage account. I've been trading futures all morning. Stand by one. All right, currently looking at 43.20 puts right now on SPX, January 24th. And like I said, I'll try to identify trends as much as I can. But yeah, the name of the game is survivability and profitability today on a smaller scale. We're going to reduce our expectations. All right, little red here. If we start breaking down below the prior swing low, which is what is that, 430.61, that's where I'll look at scalping some puts right here. I'm going to let this shake and bake in this little bit of range here, and I'll take plays according here. This is a very tight candle considering how much volatility we have right now. Hello, how's it going? All right, so the global markets are down. European markets are down 2.5%. Russian markets are down 9% just because of this, the possibility of war. Obviously, Russian markets don't really have any inkling to us, but it's still something to be aware of how they are in the throes right now of that volatility. As I said, European markets are getting smoked. If you go back and look right at the market open, which is 0300 Eastern Time, we had a little bit of a pop and then an immediate sell-off, and it's been a relentless sell-off ever since. So for the past 5.5 hours, we've just been absolutely getting blasted. And here we are kind of settling out here, down here at 431 on SP or 432 on SPY. A little bit of red, a little bit of red. Friday's premiums are the double digits, 200 points in the direction. Yep. But do you want to take that risk? All right, looking right here. I'm just digging through the options chain as we're talking here. First time watching live. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Only trade SPY. So do I, or SPX for that matter. But if this really gets going down, could be missing strikes below 4170, creating even more issues. Absolutely, absolutely. And we're kind of in this predicament here where we've sold off a great deal. VIX is now 33 and climbing, now approaching 34. The highest we saw back in the day was about 34, 35. That was a couple of weeks ago, or I'd say months ago. So if we start approaching that level, there's considerable more volatility down to the downside here. We could approach, the lower 4200s if that's the chance. That's why I'm being very, very careful, even considering spreads right now, because nothing is safe. I know it's like you could get caught. The bait and switch is real this week. I know everyone's looking at these super fat premiums, and it's very tempting. But I promise you, 100 points is not safe. Do not even think about 100 points out at the moment. Just let the day shake out. Tomorrow, maybe a different story. But right now, I know it's tempting to look at some 4250s, 4240s, thinking, oh man, it's never going to get down to 4200s. We could be there by lunch. So just taking it. Look, the European markets are down 2.5%. Right now, we're only down a point and a half, 1.5%. So do we have another percent in us? Who knows? Who knows? All right, a little bit of red right here, still shaking in this range, no trade so far. $44.65 is 70 cents right now on a 0 DTE. Yep, that's too close for me. If we decide to, if we do bounce and have a crazy bull rally, that's not safe. So that's what I'm saying. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. Little green candle here, not much. All right, in terms of contracts, I am looking at 4330s and 4360s on the SPX. 4330s, 4360s. FOMC is on Wednesday. Yes, yes. So look, these candles look small. Like if you look at this chart, it's like, oh, we're just chopping in a range. That candle right there is a dollar and a half candle. 431.20 to 432.70. That's a dollar and a half candle right there, and it looks tiny because of the range. The scale of the charts is huge, so that looks tiny. I mean, this right here is 437 down to 430. That's a $7 range right there, and it looks like just basic pre-market chop. But that's a $7 range, so you have to scale your charts appropriately and consider the movements when you're trading this stuff. So a little admin work for you there. Nasdaq is off of 14,100 up to 14,252. VIX is still settling right up here above 33 as we have a little bit of a green candle at the moment. No support and resistance down here. No. If you saw what I posted in the channel there, I'm not even going to toy with SR levels today. I posted some extreme, two extreme supports and two extreme resistances that are way above and below because they don't matter today. The price action is blowing through $1 and $2 moves like it's nothing. So there's no, with this much volume, with this much volatility, no regular SR level is going to hold within a certain range. So you got to look at the far out stuff. Look at that immediate reversal right there, top wick, just under this prior little consolidation here in pre-market. So I'm watching this. What I'm going to do is form some swing high areas. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to form some swing highs right there. Just kind of make some on-the-fly SR levels where I could potentially look for some takeout or swing high. All right, looking at January 28th contracts, what's some decent plays here? January 28th, man. That's what I'm talking about. You can still get a dollar premium for the 3700s. $3, 38.60. All right, a little bit of a red candle here off of that little consolidation area we had in pre-market. What I'm interested in is trading the breakouts of this right here, of this stuff right here. That's what I want to look at. I'm going to let this do its thing right here. I don't want to get chopped up on these immediate reversals, and I want to play the breakouts on either side. I do, Alex. Yeah, I watch all that stuff. Let's see, when it's 10:05. So we've got 20 minutes. So market range is set. The open range is set. 433.49. A little bit of red here. Just be patient. There's plenty of trades in the day. Plenty of time. So I'm just being patient. I'm going to let this thing go. I'm going to see if I can scalp the breakouts or break belows here. This will remove my bias. Forming these little lines in the sand, doing as much analysis as I can on the fly will allow me to be patient and allow me not to form a bias. Yeah, Alex, you're new here, so you know that I'm going to be the most patient person and conservative person, probably the trader on YouTube, so bear with me. All right, there's NASDAQ flushing down to the bottom, 14,121. And here we go. So right at the bottom here. Now, I'm going to pull up puts in case we have a market breakdown here, but that's a significant sell candle. Look at the VIX spiking up over 34.30. Looking at 43.10s at the moment. That's a $3 sell-off right there. Boom. Double red candle. Watching out. NASDAQ's coming down to their support. There it is, new lows right there on NASDAQ. Look at the VIX, 34.70. Booyah. Yeah, definitely. The market is definitely bearish, and there's no denying that. Absolutely. How I just don't want anybody to go blindly buying puts without doing any kind of thought process. That's my point. Is don't just go buying puts just because everything's red. Make sure you're entering. Timing is everything, and once you bring timing into the thing, you can start dialing that accuracy and make sure you're not fighting a position. What I don't want you to see is like taking put. If you're looking to scalps, if you're doing long-term trending, that's one thing. But if you're looking for scalps or day trades, you don't want to be fighting a losing position all day, especially on puts. The most aggravating thing in the world would be to lose on puts on a very bearish day. So, because timing is everything. Timing is everything. All right, this green candle's right here at the bottom. Yeah, I'm watching these put premiums. They're literally, I mean, they're changing $2 and $3 in seconds. These puts are going from 27 to 32 to 25 to 21. I mean, it's insane. You have to be very, very accurate if you want to do any kind of scalping. That's why I'm trying to identify a trend, because I would rather do a trend trade than try to scalp this stuff, because it's very difficult. Very difficult. Don't go chasing waterfalls. That's right, Jim. Yeah. If 4280 goes, we are in trouble. Yeah. Yep. There's a common advice that say we should buy when everyone's fearful. Yes, but that is a long-term thesis. If you are looking to long-term investing, absolutely, go buy right now. If I'm talking about decades. Like, yes, absolutely, you want to buy when everyone's fearful, for sure. But that doesn't necessarily apply to day trading. It could, but it doesn't necessarily apply to it. You have to do a little bit more deep diving into that before you apply that that statement to day trading. Right now, everybody is fearful, and rightfully so. And there could be an opportunity for some long calls now. However, you have to bring in confirmation into that. Because if I buy, if I buy, 200 shares of SPY right now to hold for 30 years, I don't care if it falls another 100 and 200 and 300 points the next week. It doesn't care to me. I still have a great deal on it, off of 50 points off highs. I want to buy on the way down. Most likely not going to take a trade until the morning range is set here, which I need to turn on. Let's see, we're going to turn on that VWAP and give me the 8, and the 200 is turned off. I don't need that. I don't even have my SR levels on today because I don't need them. There we go. Sounds like Russia may really start the war. Yep. And that's one of the reasons we're down here. Russian markets are down almost 10%. Yep, the FOMC's in 2 days. 2 days. So, very curious to what they're going to be talking about this time. Obviously, they can't deny the effects of the market at the moment, so be curious. There's even some talk about rolling things up a little sooner than March. All right, new lows here. Red candles. Man, this is crazy. 43.09. Going down to 4300s on the puts. Breaking NASDAQ right now is testing the pre-market lows. This 14,107 area. I live in the Czech, very close to Russia. The war looks like it's real and spicy. Yeah. If we hear the news that the Russia declares war, how far do you think the market can fall? I don't think anybody can imagine how far this market will fall if we get into a war with Russia. If it's like full-on declared war, we'll see what happens though. You know, it's a hairy situation. It's spun up very quickly, very quickly. All right, little green, 425.95. All right, new lows. Man, just missed a fill. I tried to get one right there. Tried to get him at 4,300 put. I missed it. The premiums are moving so dang fast. I mean, it's insane. You're gonna have to click in like $2 or $3 up above your ask. But I'm going with the 4,300 zeros today. I'm going with the January 24th zeros. But that's what I'm saying. I'm in and out. I'm in and out in a second. Based on current situation, Jay Powell trying to calm the market as much as possible. He may back out of tight monetary policy. We'll see. Yeah, if you do catch a put, and we do reverse, yeah, it depends on type of reverse. I'm talking about an actual bull reversal. Yeah, obviously you will face some considerable IV crush. That's a big if. Twitter's going nuts right now. It's funny to watch. Our 441, 439 call credit spread zero is a good play in this market. You know, 440. What is that? 439s are $10 away at the moment. We had a $15 day the other day. It all depends on the conditions of the market here. I'm not saying it's a terrible play. I mean, it's $10 out. You never know. If we continue on down, obviously that's an easy play. But that's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the market to shake out here. I'm giving it a little bit. I'm being patient this morning. I'm letting the markets kind of do this thing. I've already got 5 plays under my belt. Every one of them is over 30%. So I'm very much in the green so far. So I'm currently being patient. I advise you to do the same. There's plenty of trading time of the day here. Let the market breathe. Let it kind of, all right, well, here's what we're doing today. Now start taking your trades. Yeah, there's going to be, the brokers are going to be lagging. There's a ton of activity in the brokers today. Ton. So, just from an IT perspective, you can consider that the markets, the brokers will have some laggy issues today. If Russia goes to war, how much of that would impact our everyday life? Well, you have to think a little deep into that. How involved will the United States become in that war if they decide to go into Ukraine? There's going to be sanctions involved, which they've already spoken against, which all the allies of ours have already spoken against. So we're going to sanction them first. We're going to shut them down. We're going to cut off supply lines. And if that happens, a lot of stuff is over my pay grade. I'm just kind of giving you my 2 cents here based on what I know. If that starts to happen, then that's going to provoke them even more. And if we do get drawn into a conflict with Russia, this isn't like fighting, Afghanistan in the Middle East. This is going to be fighting a superpower. So I think overall, just the reaction to the sentiment of a war with Russia will be considerable enough to tank the markets. Then if we actually do get into a conflict with Russia, and we start firing missiles at each other, then that'll even do more. Yeah, if we do break that upper 4,200 area, it will be considerable. All right, a little bit of green, right back inside this morning range here, smack dab in the middle. No trades just yet, at least during the trading session. All features under my belt so far. All right, I am taking Lou the options chain at the moment as we talk. And now, until the morning range is forming here, I'm currently looking at 4,300 puts for the daily trades. I'm going to zoom out to the January 28th and see if we can start making some smart trades for some Friday spreads. Excuse me. Friday, January 28th, SPX. If you go wow. This is insane. All right, January 28th, SPX. You can get 4,000s for $11.80 a piece. 4,000s. Let's come down here. Nutty stuff. Nutty stuff. However, like I said, who knows what could bring. Who knows? Why are in the money better than outside the money? You talking about the long positions? I'm playing outside the money here. I'm playing outside the money. VIX 35.26, almost a 40. Almost there. $35.66, new spike on the VIX. New highs again. Still climbing up here. All right, 4,300s, January 24th. Yeah, highly encourage you. I picked a heck of a month to start the Theta Challenge. Heck of a month, because I do not want anyone playing spreads. If you do not know how to defend a position, I will say this again. If you have the inability to trade futures, if you're new to spreads and don't know how to defend, I highly encourage you do not trade spreads. Just because if the market does decide to roll, the market does decide to roll, the losses will be unbelievable. So I do not want to see people getting smoked because of it. I'm already getting DMs from people saying they had to cancel their subscription because they got smoked the past 3 days. Not of anything we've done in the server, just because they took aggressive plays, trying to buy the bounce, thinking we can't possibly fall another 100 points, and we just did it in pre-market. My brother is still holding his 416 puts he took last Wednesday. Well done. I'm getting texts right now from a whole bunch of different people. My phone's going nuts. All right, still a little green right here. No trades just yet. No trades just yet. What width do you usually use in your credit spreads? Anywhere from 30 to 50, or 20. I'd say 25 to 50 is normally what I keep my spreads in. Occasionally, one time I took a 70 a while ago. Rarely I'll take 100, but 99% of the time it is 25 to 50. Stand by while I'm gonna mute for just a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so right just in time for the 10:05, right at the bottom of this range. Look at the VIX, 36.62 and still climbing. Bam. Okay. So I'm going to adjust these on down to 42.70. Still falling on these. We have broken through 4,300 and now testing 42.80 as we speak. Let's see right there. All right, there's a flush right there. Still can't get in there. Bam. So there's a flush, big ol' engulfing candle on the NASDAQ through the bottom of the range, as well as SPX. There's that flush. Bam. All right, took a quick scalp put right here on those 42.70s. I'm going to let this candle breathe just a touch. Just a touch. Let's see if I can get an exit on these things now. All right, out. Bam. Quick scalp right there. Now, what I'll do, I want to secure profits. That was a fantastic profit there. What I want to do now is bring the same order form back open. If we start engulfing, because I don't want to reversal outside of the range, if we start engulfing, I'll enter back in. I got the same order form back up here. Same number of contracts on SPX 42.70 at the bottom of the range here. Watch the NASDAQ. See, I keep seeing that bottom wick form on this candle. So I want that secondary candle to come on here and see if I can get a trend flow into the downside. I'm going to switch over to the 42.60s now, actually. Wow. Look at this bottom wick on this candle. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And there's that bottom wick right there. There's that bottom wick right there. All right. Casual $3 candle right there. Booyah. Circuit breaker day inbound. I think we've already got that. I mean, we're down. I mean, I definitely see your point. The NASDAQ's down 370 points. Futures are down 2.5%. Now, let's take a look at, let's see what Europe is doing at the moment. So, oh man, Europe fell to 3.5%. Wow. So Europe's down 3.5% now. The last time I checked it was 2.5%. Now we're down 2.5%. Are we going to get that additional percentage points? That's what I'm saying. Be careful on put credit spreads. Do not test the ability to test the short leg on the put credit spread. Wow. So 427.30 and falling. I need to text my brother again. Hold on. What's up, Miguel? How you doing? All right, little top wick just at the bottom of the morning range here. 427.34. $37 on the VIX. I was up 20 bucks on, and then wick came from my profits. I'm up $6 now. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to take quick profits because of the wicks until you can identify a trend. If you want to take a trend that's like a longer DTE, like a 4 or 5, it's a great play. In terms of a day trade, you want to be careful because that right there was why I closed out that quick put. I took a quick put right out of the gate, and that's why right there. I believe you said there's a live version of the VIX without delay. Yep, TVC, TVC. So if you go over here to I'm sorry, not indicators, search for the VIX right here. Go with the TVC VIX right there. That is a live version of the VIX. Up 383% on some Netflix puts. Nice. Man, I missed that run up from 530 because that's when I closed out my Netflix positions on my long-term position at 530. And I missed that run up to 700, but I'm not going to miss the downside. I'm going to let that downside go. Yes, sir, I did, Zan. I did. In fact, let's come out here. I'm going to go to the 1 year. Bam. Right there. In fact, right here, we're going to go Alt-J. There's that line segment right there. Booyah. With that low is 426.36. We're going to come here and go 426.36. We did blast through it. Right there. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I posted the next one right over here. This is that next support, which I posted it in the OM analysis. So great observation there. Great observation there. NASDAQ eating up that red candle still at the bottom of the range. I still got the 42.60 puts up. 42.60 currently trading for $22.60 each. I have a line on the chart representing 10% off the high. They could be going for 10% just to go ahead and flush it down to 10 and correct it. Very possible. I think that would be more of a vet question. He's good at that stuff of telling kind of where they start to rekey their algos for those numbers. But we are right at it. So. Your voice calms me in the sea of red. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help. Hey, 258 people watching. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like video on, or click the like button on the video so we can start to explore the space of YouTube. Grow a little bit, get some more people watching the channel. I'd appreciate that greatly. Thank you. Testing the bottoms again. Testing the bottoms again. Hit that like button, not lick that like button. Hit the like button. Watch the NASDAQ. Watch it. We're about to break into the 13s here. 2,000 points. 2,000 points in a couple weeks. VIX is 37.57, approaching 40. Approaching 40. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Joined the Patreon last week. I'm glad to have it. Glad to have you. I think you picked a fantastic time to join. I think the value of our community is really going to shine in 2022. I think everybody was good at making money in 2020, 2021. Buy calls and ride them. I think the value of our community will really shine here in the next year. Red candles. Watch this low right here. I've got 4260 puts up again. Look at this thing move. Wow. Little bottom wick here on the NASDAQ. Just holding it up just from going from lower. What should I get if SPY hits 400 today? Well, a couple of hundred percentage points worth of profits. All right, still holding this bottom range. Still holding right here. Are we going to bounce or flush? Bounce or flush? Clinging to the bottom of that session range here. All right. VIX is 37. Just waiting for this to break. Just waiting for this to break. Nice motion blur. 2 for 2. 10%. Yeah, VIX is up there. Yeah, 30%. They're up to 37.60 on the VIX. Absolute crazy stuff. Little top wick red candle here on the NASDAQ. $15-minute candle is very, very bearish and expanding. 60-minute candle top wick right here and falling. Look at those time frames, those different time frames. Do I think VIX will break 40 this week? It's looking like it. It's definitely approaching. Definitely approaching. All right, a little bit of green, a little bit of green. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is dig in and figure out a play for, I want to explore all the options here. All the options. Boom. Right here. Options. Friday. Wow, almost 4% the markets are down. Almost 4% in Europe. All right, green candle. Right back to the 8 EMA. Still holding the bottom of this range. Double green forming on SPY. There's that green candle right there. All right, two decent red candles, or green candles, I'm sorry. That's going on a $2.50 candle, 428.60 off of that bottom range. $227% on some puts. Nicely done. Strong green candles. Yeah, you got to be careful buying puts right there. I mean, we are at a particular resistance. We did have some bottom wicks there, so just make sure you're playing the confirmation breakouts there. It's all about timing. Big strong greens. Let's see right there. S2 is correct so far. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. The extreme stuff is going to work. That stuff that's way out there. VIX is coming off. Red candle. 36.62. Alrighty. Three strong greens in a row here. So watch right there. And going up. Wow. The European markets are still in free fall. Now they're going for 4.5%. Every time I refresh the Euro markets, they're down even more. Now they're 4.5%. Still absolutely just tanking. So my S2 level was 426.36. That's where I got it. That's where I posted this line right there. And I'm going to label this just where I got it, which is S. Nope, didn't want to do that. Show text S2. Right there. Just from temper, I mean, if I'd be worried about green candles, or not worried, but I'd be looking into bullish action if this was absolutely raging, but it's not. This is just a 3 candle bounce. If we continue on and start the V recovery, then I'd be asking the question, why are we V recovering while Europe is in free fall? That would be a question I would ask myself. But right now, we're just got a couple of green candles here. All right. Little top wick right here. Let's go over to the 5 minute. Let's take a look at some trend. There's a 15. Some wicks all around on the 15. That 60-minute candle still red with a big old bottom wick and a little bit of top wick there. So not much body to that candle on the hour. This thing does not want to climb so far. Every candle, look at those 3 wicks right there. It's getting smashed. Getting smashed. Am I buying for long-term portfolio on this dip? Not yet. Soon, but not yet. Very soon. Really, it's no big deal. Like I was waiting for a little bit of a retraction just so to throw in some positions. But this could be it. Now, this is a fantastic entry point for me, for long term at least. Buy on the way down. That's what I'll be doing. Once I make that allocation, I'll let y'all know. Probably this week, most likely. In fact, almost guaranteed. Could even be today. Nice strong bullish action off here. This is a $3.30 move off of this lows 429.56. Yeah, love getting some Boeing over 200. Anything over under 200 is absolute just coupons. Coupon trading at that point. Just load them up. Load them up. All right, big green wick on the hour. Five strong green candles right up to VWAP. Right up to VWAP. All right, VIX rejected up here right under 38. It went to, what, 37.70, 37.95, and now is got right through the 8.21, still falling. Doesn't matter on the 8.21 down there, though. So right back up to that line we showed. That's what that prior swing low line. We came right up to it, and we are at least checking up right on it. Let's see what happens. A little red. Do I look at a particular candle formation to enter? I like the engulfing follow down that confirmation candle there, but you do have to look at a particular prior pivots there. We are back inside this range. We're right up against VWAP, and we've got this little red candle forming after some decent candles. We had one weak blue green there, but it did follow on with some green there, and this one's even getting eaten up here. So have buyers stepped in? We'll take a look. We'll take a look. Max stress achieved, for sure. Red candle flip green and now follow through with some bullish action. Very strong action. We may come all the way back up to the open range there. The one thing I do not want to do is give back any of my profits today. I've had a fantastic day, so I want to be like this is a decent little bounce here. We're coming up on what, $4 off of the lows. A lot of shaking and baking. Candles are flipping back and forth, red green. What would be a good point to enter 2023 leaps? Well, I mean, go back and look at 2018. If we do enter a typical familiar market that was to 2018, do we really want to take leaps? I'd personally rather invest in shares, just in case we enter at least a flat market. Here's a question you need to ask yourself: in the face of all the adversity that the market has this year, do you think we'll continue on the crazy bull climb that we've been having? Do you think we'll have a bullish market with everything that we are facing in the next year? That's the question you need to ask yourself. If you think yes, then buy leaps. Take them. Green candle right through VWAP and blasting up. Blasting up. TVC VIX. Pull up VIX and look at. Am I still holding puts? No, absolutely no way. That was a $4 move. I ain't holding through puts to that. No, I closed my puts way down there for profit. All right, right through VWAP first, and we're still holding right there here. And every time there's a green, there's a top wick here, so it's kind of making you check up. TVC VIX, that live indicator. Straight green ever since we had this red. U.S. ambassador just says we are getting ready for the possibility of failure of diplomatic track with Russia. Interesting. European markets just trimmed a little of the losses, up just a touch. Red candle on the Nasdaq. Can't believe it's only 10:40. I feel what you mean. Yeah, definitely. I definitely encourage you all to kind of remove your biases now at this point. Yes, the market is very bearish, and obviously we had a lot of selling here, but volatility is what I want you to respect, not necessarily the bearish or the bullish. Look at these big price swings, the big ups and big downs. All right, a little bit of red here. Not much going on. So right at this level. Not taking a play right here. You can see how things quickly reversed. I scalped a little put here, and now we've rallied $4 or five. What is that? 4.25. So about $4. Yeah, $4 or $5. Right to the top of this range. Now, where do we go from here? I'm going to give this a little bit. I'm going to start looking at Friday positions. Start maybe taking some really far out tranche for Friday. Small positions and build in as the week goes. Where do you get your news updates as you're watching the market? I'm looking through Twitter. I'm looking through Bloomberg. Keep an eye on there. They're really good. Anybody, the live posting on Twitter is actually pretty good. And then CNN markets, if anything. I monitor the global market conditions there on CNN Business. Is that, hold my beer, is that call credit spread 0 or is that for Friday? Oh, good. Okay. Just making sure. VIX is still falling off aggressively, off from 37 down to 34, and we're still continuing this strong V bounce. So now it's starting to turn into a bullish trend, more than just a little relief bounce. We're getting continuation now. So we're up here approaching $5. So that's continuation. New highs on that green candle. It's crazy that 20 minutes ago I was looking at 42.60 puts, and now I'm looking at 43.40 calls. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's all right, Josh. Ask questions if you need. It'll come back quick. It's like riding a bike. It won't be from scratch. Conditions are set for a short covering rally. I wouldn't say short covering rally just yet. If we do climb maybe 434, 435, then I would probably say that could trigger some short covering. But I think here we just got this little relief bounce. There's too many top wicks to really start thinking about a short cut. And I understand your sentiment there, the conditions there. But I think we need a little more juice here in order to start flicking that switch. Big red candle there, though. What do you think about 0 DTE call spreads at the top of the daily range for a day like today? Almost certainly we will close lower. I wouldn't say almost certainly, but it's a possibility. Nice little red here, rejecting that top swing high. That right there is a $2 candle. That's a $2 chuck right there. 428.86. Boom. Right there. All right, little follow-on candle. What happens on this candle? Do we get bought up or do we continue right on back down after a little bit of relief? IV is extremely high right now. Isn't that good for opening up new spreads? It's good in terms of the fact that you get very high premiums. Absolutely it is. You just have to be careful. Don't get enticed to taking spreads too close to get that huge premium. So, and I'm actually looking to doing the same myself here shortly. I just want to make sure that we don't get a huge blast up or a huge blast down so I can play appropriately. There's a nice big red flush. Markets aren't the European market's not closed yet, so careful on the time frame there. But yeah, they might get us a bit up and then dump the European markets right into closed. 46 minutes left, 45 minutes left until the Euro market closes. Maybe that's what they were doing. They were just bidding up the markets and then flushing them. Do I take calls on the big SPY players too, like Apple or Microsoft? No, I have several shares in my long-term position, but I only play SPY, SPX, and futures in terms of options. Where do I use to view the Euro markets? I look at CNN Business. They have a good little like a visual map of all the markets throughout the world: South American, Asian, the Chinese market, Japanese markets, European markets. All right, got a little more red here on the NASDAQ. Interesting action. So it's doing the same thing we did on the uptrend. It keeps forming these candles, but a lot of bottom wicks. And it's just causing a lot of unpredictability. And as we farm on down. 14,032 on the NASDAQ here. And the VIX is still holding 34. Anybody catch any good football games? I heard there's some good football games this weekend. Bearish, very bearish. Chiefs Bill game might have been the best game of the season. Ah, nice. Didn't watch any football, but it looked fun. It looked fun. All right, got a little green. Where's this thing going to go? Same old stuff, same old stuff. SPX 4000 is going to happen before we really have a chance to reverse this trend. I do think the downside is I think it's naive to think that we would be done with the downside here. What are my support levels for today? I only got 4. I've got 2 long downs and 2 long ups here, and they are 435.64 and 444.78. So we'll see if we can start attacking those. Oh, nice. Glad you like that pill, Papa. Yeah, I posted a new Making Millionaires Podcast episode this weekend about long-term investing. A few different types of long-term investing we discussed, trend trading and wealth growth. So if you'd like to take advantage of the Making Millionaires Podcast, come over and join out on the Patreon, exclusive to the Patreoners. So the green candle's eating up this red. How do you know where to cut your losses? Cut a call on the UXVY or UVXY too soon, and then it moved up $1 after that. Well, I mean, there's a time to kind of let the position go red and figure things out what it's going to do, and there's a time to cut it loose. It depends on the particular price action. If you're getting smoked out, if you have an immediate reversal, a strong immediate reversal against your position, then you're probably wrong. You need to go ahead and close it out. But if things are just chopping along and the sentiment, your thesis is still in place, if the reason why you took the position is still in place, then hold on to it. Just let the market fluctuate, do its thing, and then tank. or go against your position, go towards your position. So it's all about the thesis. Figure out the why. As long as the why remains intact, you hold the position. I'm telling you, if you go by that thesis, if you figure out the why and then you hold, and as long as you ask yourself the question, is the reason why I entered still intact? As long as you do that, it'll help you navigate some of those losses. I promise you. And then it'll take the emotion out of it, because if I think, oh, we're going to break through here and we're going to flush, I'm going to take a put, and then we get a huge bounce, then you're going to know in your stomach, hey, my thesis is wrong. It'll help you weed out the decision of I'm being emotional, I'm holding for no reason. So definitely ask yourself that question: why am I holding this position? Taking profit early is bad, though. Yeah, absolutely, and that's the it's the same principle. Same principle. Why did I take this call? Am I closing this position just because I'm happy with the number I'm seeing, or am I closing this position because my thesis is breaking down, or I see things going against me? So now things are different between scalping and day trading. Like if I'm scalping for profit, like I don't mind taking a small profit. I don't mind. If I'm trying to challenge a trend or find a trend that I want to hold a little bit more and don't paper hand it, so to speak, as y'all young kids call it. And the better you are at juggling different strategies, the better you are at taking off the day trading hat, putting on a scalping hat, taking off that hat, putting on a long-term hat. The better you are at changing out those hats, the more profitable you be, and the more mature you'll be as a trader. On your desk, you want to have like 5 different hats. You want to have a theta hat, you want to have a long-term hat, you want to have a real estate hat, you want to have a fitness hat because fitness is important. Just Job, right now, the only way to listen to the podcast is through the Patreon or the link. However, once the website is up, there will be, I think there'll be some options to diversify those options, diversify the ways you can listen. I'd wear a theta hat. Oh, thanks, Dan. Bonafide life coach. A man with no hair knows his hats. That's right. That's right. I used to have hair back in the day. It's not anymore. All right, another red here. See if we could test the bottom of the range. We're just chopping in a very wide range. $2 and $3 chop right now. $2 and $3 chop. The shampoo savings cannot be understated, for sure. For sure. But I will say, you trade the shampoo savings for razors. I go through a lot of razors because I don't like George Costanza look, so I just shave it all off. Clean shave. All right, back to the bottom of the range. Use conditioner instead of shaving cream. Done that before, for sure. I've done that before. All right. See if we can hold this range. Still watching. Just dry shave. Hey, I did dry shave in basic training. You've got 5 minutes to get up, make your rack, get dressed. Yeah, I've done that. 428.35. What's your thoughts on FOMC? With this correction, are you expecting them to be a little less hawkish than they were last month? Maybe try to give the markets a little reason to breathe. I mean, I do think they're gonna do whatever they can. At least I would hope they're not going to say anything to just throw this down the drain. They're going to be very careful with their words. I mean, they've Jay Powell has done a lot in the past few years to prop this baby up, and then here we go, 10% in a couple days. So I do think there's going to be a lot of volatility associated with it, and there's a chance, depending on after what they say, we could actually get a bottom into the market. If I'm going to be honest, I would say, and I don't want you to all to form a bias here. Like I just listen to, don't hear what I'm not saying. But in my personal opinion, I think I'm hard pressed to believe we won't see lows. We won't see another low before FOMC. So that doesn't mean go start slinging puts, but I think we still have another bottom before FOMC to be found. Could you say that again? I feel like that's a scene in Wolf of Wall Street. Look at that. I said that I think my opinion is that we will find another bottom before FOMC. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was saying. Before FOMC, yeah, before. Lee Rat, we're about to find another bottom next 10 minutes. Looks like it, doesn't it? Looks like it. Aren't they down? Isn't ARK down like 24% or something like that? Crazy this year? Something ridiculous like that? Crazy stuff. Did you notice last week at some point, end of the day, 2, 3 p.m.-ish, we began a big sell-off every day? Yeah, I did. I did. And yeah, I kicked myself the whole way because I watched my nice little, 30 to 40% profit turn into a 700% profit. So yes, I'm well aware of the 2 p.m. sell-off. No bueno. In this environment, you have to be careful who you take that advice from, because just as in a bull market everyone is calling for the collapse, during the collapse everyone's saying the bottom is in. It's the same way. It's like now instead of bears, it's bulls saying it. So just be careful who you're following, and listening to, and do your own DD. Follow the price action. Do I look at unusual auctions activity? I do. I do. Everyone I'm following says we're going to zero. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on right now. Well, I mean, start watching YouTube. You want to watch my YouTube, but I see what you're saying. Pork chop sandwich. Unusual wheels. Yeah, yeah. That's the next tool I'm learning. All right, I'm going to give this a few more minutes to see if we can kind of break down below this range here, and then I'm going to hop off and focus on some content. Got the next YouTube video in production here, almost finished up. As soon as I can get Vet to once he gets himself a microphone and headset, I'll be having Vet on for a podcast. We'll be doing kind of a interview style. I'll be asking him some questions, getting y'all familiar with him. Can't wait to have that happen. So be on the lookout for that coming up. Yep, Euro market closes up here in about 20 minutes. I'll send him my earbuds. No problem, Danny. No problem. How often do you do the podcast? Just starting listening to only episode 2 so far, but loving it so far. The intent is weekly episodes. So what I want to do, anything that doesn't necessarily require video, I'm kind of tailoring towards the podcast, and any stuff that I need to do visual demonstrations is what I'll do my YouTube videos on. That's what I'm kind of using as. Not to mention the podcast has a lot more off the cuff stuff that's not necessarily technically there. It's just a lot of talking and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, big red candle, and here we go on back down. If we pop new lows here, I've got 42.60 puts back up again because we're right back down to 42.80. The insaneness of this market. Now, I want to show you all the significance of this level. See this level? That's a big significant level there. Look at this selling volume, the biggest volume since June 2020, and we're right here. Vet says, anyone that owned a computer before me in 1987, I'll throw you a bone. Does an Atari count? I've got the 2600. I don't know if anyone has a system that's older than that one, with all the games, too. We had a game night last night. You know what I did? We got out, my mom brought out a Monopoly set from when I was born. It was the 1985 commemorative Monopoly edition. It comes in a tin box. It's mint condition. We played 1985 Monopoly last night. It was fun. It was fun. Anyway, little bottom wicks here, still holding that range. 426.36 is still holding like a champ. I got an Atari 2600. It hasn't worked in 15 years. Mine still works. Mine still works. All right, that top wick is still holding this candle. We break below here on a flush. I'm watching that NASDAQ to kind of flush. It looks a little more, I don't know, it just looks a little heavier. I don't know. We'll see. That is SPY. Yeah, so that 426.36 is SPY. All right, what are we going to do? Flush or bump? Flush or bump? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So I would be looking at 424 puts on SPY. Right now I'm looking at 4260s on SPX. Waiting for the flush candle. We've got 15 minutes so the euro markets are closed. We don't always flush, but I do anticipate some sort of movement around the euro close. Monopoly usually ends families. No. We're a pretty competitive family, so we have fun with it. Do you watch for different things when trading after hours, or do the TA is the same? There's not as many resources at your disposal, obviously. However, I'm still watching the futures, Nasdaq and the S&P futures, and I am monitoring global conditions. That's pretty much really all you've got at your disposal. You don't have all the other stuff like the X's and all that stuff. So what time do you start watching pre-markets for futures? It depends. The past few weeks, I've been up all hours of the night trading the futures because there's been awesome movement in pre-market, especially right at the Euro Open at 3 o'clock Eastern. But normally, outside in normal market conditions, not this stuff. I mean, I don't even look at it until 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 my time, which is 6:30, 6:30. Do I see any low-flying planes? All the time, every day. Every day. All right, this 426 line does not want to break so far. Does not want to break. Here's that VIX 34.55. Rates are 1.72, and bonds are still back up in the 144 area. If you hear Russia news suddenly, would you rush to your computer to put in a put? Uh, yeah, I would try to do that, but by the time that news gets to my ears, I guarantee you a big move has already been initiated in the market. But I would try, yeah. So it looks like the euro markets are going to finish out just approximately about 2.5 to 3.5% down the ranges on the different markets over there. After they bottomed out at 4.5%, it looks like they've parted about an inch or about a percentage point of their losses. All right. Kind of doing the LRS all the way down now. Bouncing off the ADMA, coming down, testing once again this line. NASDAQ is testing their lows again here too. Here it comes. I've got my put order form ready up, ready to go. One click and I'm in a position. We'll see if we can jump in here. If we flush. Be patient. Patience pays off. With these moves, you don't even have to be right for very long. You just have to be right for like 2 minutes and you can make some dang good money. But you got to time it right. Bottom wick. All right, bouncing off that support again. What strike price am I looking at for a put? For SPX, I'm going with 4260s, and for SPY, I'd probably do 424s or 5s. Look at that big green candle. Look at that. Booyah. I'm looking at both zeros and the 26th. Zeros and the 26th. I'll let you decide which one you're going to play. All right, 8 minutes for the market close in Europe. Look at that reversal candle right there. Now that is a move down. Look at that. That is a move down. Everybody having fun yet? Everybody wondering why I'm not taking a lot of plays yet? That is why. All right. That's a heck of a candle. Nice, Lee Rat. I want the big move. I've done a bunch of scalps today and Friday and Thursday. I want the big move. Like I want the trend to break and either go up, we're going to bull rally, or we're going to fall down and blast. That's what I want. So I'm being a little more patient here. I've got 5 plays under my belt today. I want the big move. We did, Unified. We did. Very, very patient. All right, here we go. That green candle smoked out. 426 testing this again. Look at the NASDAQ too. It's about to blast the lows. Here we go. All right, more bottom wicks here, just over the up over the little 426, and there we go. There's another red. We got 3 minutes. Euro is coming back down just a little. All the floor, like the pictures of the floor traders with shocked faces are starting to spread pretty aggressively. It's funny. There's a green. There's a green. It's almost worth taking it. Well, no, not with the IV up here. I was going to say take a straddle here, but I'd hate to get a crush on a big upwards move. I'm not saying it's a terrible idea. Just it's just be aware that if we do get a bull move here, that if the VIX sells off, you might get a little crush there. So just be aware of that. Oh man, we keep posting lower lows. Yeah, it's testing this bottom. It's holding right here. Man, these are crazy candles. These candles are jumping all over the place. Look at that, man. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a morning. This is be on the lookout. Usually when I sign off, y'all know what happens. We're gonna get like a 4-inch red candle here. So, but anyway, thank y'all for hanging out here. I know it's been a little crazy. Not a lot of trades taken this morning, but it is what it is. So thank you for hanging out with us. Learn a little something. If you have questions, let me know. Post them in the Discord channel so anybody can see them at Options Millionaire at any time. I'll be happy to answer them to you, or you can shoot me a DM. But thanks for hanging out with us. Hit that subscribe button so you get notifications for all live content or live streams as well as future content. And if I don't see you this afternoon, which is a good probability I will because it seems like we're going to have some volatility, then I will see you bright and early on YouTube Wednesday morning or just in the Discord tomorrow morning. So thank you all for being here. I'm out. See you.